My channel. So today I am back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a massive makeup collection and showing you guys what my makeup collection looks like. It's actually been pretty much a year since last time I uploaded a makeup collection video. I think it was in like April to June time last year. I'm not too sure. That was a little bit of a blur time in my life. Anyway, I've got loads of new makeup that I've just collected over the past year, so I thought it was about time to do an updated collection. If you are new to my channel, however, and you've never watched me before, feel free to hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, make sure to also give this video a big thumbs up if you do end up enjoying it. Without further ado, I'm just going to roll into the video and show you my massive makeup collection. Okay, so I basically store all my makeup in the same drawers that I did last year when I did my first makeup collection. I will leave that one in the description bar below, just if you're wondering and you want to do a little watch. But in this first drawer is basically my base drawer. So when I open it up, you can see this is where all my foundations, my powders, my concealers over here belong. Also my setting sprays as well belong in this drawer. This is basically everything to do with the base. I'm going to quickly run through some of my foundations and stuff. As you can see, I do have quite a lot in this drawer, so I'm really sorry, but I have probably more foundations and stuff than I actually need. So I'm going to start off at this side of the drawer. I've just moved my camera so you can see it a lot better. So firstly, we have my Kat Von D Lock-It foundation here. We have my Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This is one of my favourites. We have my Fenty Beauty foundation. Don't really use that often. My EX1 Invisiwear foundation. I use that sometimes, but I mainly use it on my Instagram. Next up, I've got Milani Conceal and Perfect. This is literally my favourite foundation ever. Next up, I've got my little Colourpop one here. This is the No Filter foundation. I use this sometimes, but it goes quite drying on me, so normally I only use it on Instagram. Next up, I've got these two, which are the Conceal and Define foundations by Makeup Revolution in F1. I've got two just for when I run out of the other one because I really enjoy that. I've got two of the Sleek Life Proof foundations. Really like this. I feel like no one hypes about this foundation as much as it should be. I have the lighter shade, but this one is actually running out, hence why I bought this one, so I'm stocked up. 17 aren't actually existing anymore. This was a brand in Boots, but this was my sister's and I wanted to give it a try. I just have never used it, so it's kind of just chilling in my drawer. Next up, I've got the My Perfect Finish foundation from Primark. I did use this in my Primark testing video, and this is only £2.50. I really love the finish of this foundation and I'll probably repurchase it. I really enjoy that. Moving along, here are some of my other foundations. So I've got the original My Perfect Colour foundation from Primark. Don't use that anymore. I've got my e.l.f. foundation. Never ever use that, but I feel like I'll probably end up using it again soon. My Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. Literally, right? I don't really like this foundation. I kind of only use this foundation if I'm doing an Instagram look or I'm doing a YouTube video and I'm not wearing it for a long time because it goes very dry and quickly. Next up, I've got my Makeup Revolution foundation stick in the shade F1. Really enjoy that. And then finally, I've got the Ordinary Coverage foundation. If you've been watching me for a while, you'll know that this is pretty much one of my favourite foundations of all time. And it's only about £5. Moving on, I'm going to run through a few of my powders. This is pretty much the only powder that I ever use. This is the Kiko Radiant Fusion powder. I have it in the lightest shade. This is really good if you've got dry skin and you want to powder your face to set your foundation in place, but you want something quite radiant. So I would recommend this. It actually was on sale, but I don't think it's been discontinued. I think it's still on the website. I've got the Ultra Face Base Primer. I know I've kind of moved into primers, but I'm just going to do the rest of that. So I've never used this. I kind of don't know why I have it. I've got the Too Faced Hangover Primer. I'm not like a massive fan of this, but I still use it occasionally. This is the Primark Vitamin Primer. Once again, I use this in my testing Primark video. It's okay. I do use this quite a bit when I don't want to use this primer here, which is my NYX Honey Dew Me Up primer. As you can see, I am really running very low on this, so I need to stock up very soon, but this is my favourite primer ever. It's really good if you've got dry skin. Next up, I've got two of these Wet n Wild powders. Don't really use these as often because I have my Kiko one, but I still really like it. Then I've got a couple of the Makeup Revolution baked ones here. I've got the Primark one that I used in my video. I do also have this Colourpop one here. This is the No Filter Sheer Press Powder. So this once again is good if you have dry skin. You can literally see my face. Hello. I've got dry skin. This one once again is really good, but I just never really use it that often. Got this Freedom one for baking, but I never use that either. And then if you remember back in the day, this was pretty much one of my favourite powders ever. This is the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat powder, which I literally cannot open, but I've hit pan on it, but I never literally use it anymore. Back here in these boxes, these are just two more of the Kiko Radiant Fusion powders, so I'm all stocked up. Next up, oh, this is another foundation that I just kind of never ever use. I did do a video on this back in the day. This is the Morphe Fluidity foundation. It's actually too light for me, so I don't know if I'm gonna give it to someone. I can't really give it to my sister though, so I don't know. I'm just gonna have to keep it. This is my Cover FX primer. I got this from TK Maxx, but I just never use it that often. I also have this primer from Sunkissed. They did actually gift me a full face of products, which I'll be using on my channel very, very soon. So just a disclaimer, any Sunkissed that you'll see in this video was gifted, but it's not sponsored. And then I've got another one of the Ordinary Coverage foundations. This is for when I run out of the other one because I'm running really low. Oh, by the way, I'm shade 1.0N in this foundation, just in case you're wondering. Next up, I've got this Nip and Fab primer. This was my favourite primer back in the day. I still do use it quite a bit, but if you haven't used this primer, then definitely do. It's very moisturising. I do really like it. I also have this 17 Skin Wow. It's like a liquid highlighter. I don't really use it that often, but if I want like a very, very glowy base, I'll use this. Okay, so moving on, this side of my drawer is pretty much like I did mention. Here are all my concealers, and then here I have my setting sprays. So I have my NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. This is pretty much one of my favourite setting sprays. This is my OG, but I kind of need to top up on this again because I'm running out. I have my, ooh, I've made a mess of my drawer. I have my Mario Badescu Rose Water. I just never really use this. I do use it sometimes, but I got it from an event when I went to an event with Beauty Bay, and I just kind of don't really use it that often, but I do still want to keep it because I do use it occasionally. Next up, I've got my favourite setting spray literally ever. This is the Decay All Nighter setting spray. It really does do the trick. I know it's very expensive, but if you want a good setting spray, that's definitely your one. I've got this one from Primark. I used this once again in my Primark video. This is the Hydrate primer. This was £4, so it was a little bit more expensive for Primark Beauty, but yeah, it's okay. Next up, we've got the Glow Revolution by Makeup Revolution. This is a dupe for the iconic London ones, I think. Not really a major fan of this. I feel like it sticks in all the wrong places, and I don't think it deserves the hype that it gets, but I still do like it for my collarbones. Next up, I've got two more of the Makeup Revolution setting sprays. So I've got these two, but I'm pretty sure, oh yeah. So I've got these three. This one's Revolution Pro. These two are just from Revolution. And then this one is the Aqua Primer Base. So that's basically a primer base over there. And them three are the setting sprays. And then finally over here is all my concealers. So I've got this Kick-Ass concealer. Don't really use it that often. Don't really like it. I did say I was going to give it to my sister in my previous video, so I probably will end up doing. And here are my concealers. I have loads of Conceal and Define, as you can see, from Makeup Revolution. I'm kind of just got so many of these. It's absolutely ridiculous. Look, like they just keep on going. Most of these have kind of run out, but I think you can tell I like that concealer. These are the Fast Base concealers. I'm pretty sure I've got another one of these, but this is also by Makeup Revolution. Oh, here's the other one. Oh no, it's not. This is the concealer by Barry M. This is the All Night Long concealer. I really like this. I have the shade Milk, and it's just kind of a winner for me. I know it's not focusing and it doesn't want to focus, so we're just gonna leave it. I have the Morphe concealer. I have this new e.l.f. concealer, which I recently picked up. I actually do like this concealer, but the coverage is amazing, so you really have to be careful. Once again, it doesn't want to focus. There we go, it finally focused. I have this concealer from Kiko. Once again, never ever use this. Got Hello Halo by Wet n Wild. This is the same as the 17 one, pretty much. It does the same job. I have this one from Urban Decay. This is the All Nighter concealer, I think. My sister got me this and I really enjoy it. When it focuses you can see the shade. There we go, it's the shade Fair Warm. I only pretty much use this if I'm going somewhere quite like out there, because I don't really want to use it because it's so expensive. And then another one of my favourite concealers is this No Filter concealer by Colourpop. I do need to do another Colourpop order very soon. I know it's not focusing, but we're just gonna leave that because my camera is poor when it comes to the focus. Hello, there we go. Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I have the shade Fair 02 and honestly this is my favourite concealer pretty much ever. I really like this. It's lighter than the Makeup Revolution one, so that's why I prefer it more. So that's basically that drawer. It's pretty much a little bit of everything. A few foundations, a few primers, setting sprays. I know I've completely made a mess of this drawer, but basically that's my top drawer. Moving on, here is my second drawer. So in this drawer, basically it's highlighters and contours and bronzers. And over here we have kind of like whatever wants to chill, but I'll get to that bit in a minute. So we have my Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora Glow Kit. I got this from TK Maxx and I love this so much. Like, can we just, that is absolutely incredible. Like those highlighters, I see why people hype over ABH highlighters now. They are insane. And I've pretty much got a little bit of everything. So I've got this Sunkissed bronzer, once again, was gifted. This bronzer that I use all the time, this is the Wet n Wild Contouring Palette Contour. I actually only use the bronzer side of this, but yeah, I really like this bronzer. It's such a perfect shade for me as well. So I have that. I have two Wet n Wild highlighters. Don't use this one actually because it's too dark for me, but I've still opened it, so I'll probably use it for eyeshadow, but this is the one I pretty much use all the time. This is the shade Precious Petals. Oh no, sorry, this is the shade Blossom Glow. That is so pretty. I never used to like this. And then of course we've got my Ofra highlighter. I love this, like, I'm just going to continue to swatch highlighters all day. That's the Nikki Tutorials collab in Glazed Donut. I have this Kiko highlighter, but it's actually really disappointing. Like, there's not really that much there. Do you know what I mean? It's not as like popping as these, for example, so I don't really use it that often. I have my Milani blush. Once again, I really like that. I have my Mary Luminizer, pretty much my OG of all OGs. I probably need to get another one because look at that, but I will. And I've dropped it. Then I've got this Colourpop highlighter. It's in the shade Spellbound, and this is the Super Shock Cheek highlighter. Really like that. It's like a duochrome kind of one. I've got the Makeup Revolution Pearl Lights here. Once again, I don't use this, but that was from my first ever PR package that I got from Makeup Revolution, so it's pretty special. Oh my god, I forgot I had this. I used to use this all the time and I just never use it. This is pretty much the first highlighter that I ever bought, so there we go. Next, I've got this Brunch Club highlighter. I do actually have another one somewhere. Ah, here's the other one. These are both from Primark. These are really good, by the way. I think these are like £2 each, so yeah, I definitely recommend them. Next, I've got, oh my god, I think everyone knows what this is. I purchased this when the hype was over and it was kind of disappointing because I had better highlighters, but it's still there. I've got my Makeup Revolution contour palette. Never used this once again, but it was the first contour palette I got, so I'm gonna keep it for memories. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I still have this because there's really like nothing there. Yeah, it's just a very poor chalky highlighter, so I think I'm going to put that to one side because I'm going to get rid of that. That's actually a good idea. Next, I've got this Strobe Genius palette from NYX. I do get complimented every time I wear this, so I think I should probably wear it more. And then I have the Living the Best Light highlighter palette from Beauty Bay's own brand. Not a massive fan of this, you know. I did do a video on this. I don't know if I got a dodgy one or what, but pigmentation just ain't there. Next, I have this PUR palette. This was $6.99 from TK Maxx, but I don't really use it that often because it's cream. And then I have this Revolution palette, which I use sometimes. I got this in their Down to New Year's little box. Next, I have this Freedom Contour palette. I'm going to get rid of this as well because I don't use it. But this was like the first mini one that I bought because I heard so many people rave about this, but I don't use it. This Makeup Revolution Skin Kiss highlighter. These are so underrated. Literally, this is such a good dupe for the Ofra one that I've just shown. So the Ofra one's there. Like, come on. This one is like £6 as well, so it's really affordable. I mean, I love my Ofra one, but that one's a good dupe. Next, I have the 7X Makeup Revolution highlighter palette. Oh my gosh, I don't even need to talk about this because everyone literally has this, but I love it. We've got the Revolution Ultra Cool Glow palette. I use this in my full face of like makeup products that I never use anymore. I used to love this, but I think I'll keep it because it's a good dupe for the Aurora palette. Like, if you put those two side to side, it's just a really good affordable dupe, so I'm going to keep that if I ever do a dupes video. Got this Cover FX contour palette. I got this from TK Maxx really cheap. I do like this, but it's cream contour, so I don't really use it that often because I just bronze now. Then have this blush, which is a dupe for the NARS one from Aldi. I used this in my Aldi video, but I don't really use blush, but I'm going to keep this one anyway because I remember it was good. Next up, I've got this palette that I loved when I first got it, and then I used it one more time and then didn't like it, so I think I might need to go back to it. This is the Revolution Pro 4K highlighter palette. Pigmentation on this is just really good, but I kind of think I should go back to using it more. I'm definitely not going to get rid of it. I've got this one from Makeup Revolution. This is a highlighter, a contour shade, and then a blush shade. Once again, I don't use this, so I'm gonna probably give it to Charlize and see if she wants it. And then I have this Charlotte Tilbury dupe. This is once again from Aldi's collection, and it's a bronzer shade and a highlighter shade. I did actually like this, but I haven't used it since I did that video. But nevertheless, I'm gonna keep it because who knows, I might use it at some point. And then over here, I just have my box full of like little bits. I know I've still got my Beauty Bay wristband on. I should probably take it off at some point, but hey, memories. I have two of these Revolution jelly highlighters. These are from their Christmas collection. I did really like these. This one's too dark for me. This one is popping, but I just haven't used them in so long. I'm going to just put them to this side so I know what I've done. This is the Bleach London contour palette on its own. I think I might need to buy another one because it's just been kind of rotting away in this drawer for a while, but nevertheless, I still like it. I've got two of the I Heart Revolution eggs from last year. I know they have brought out new ones this year, but I just kind of never ever use these, so I'm going to give these to Charlize as well, just because they're clogging up my drawer a little bit. And then next up, I don't know why this is in here. This is the Wet n Wild brow pencil. When did I get... Oh my god, I remember I got this when I did a full face of Wet n Wild products. I know once again it's not focused, so you'll just have to mind the focus. But I forgot I had this. Oh my god, okay, right. Don't know why that's there, but anyway. I have this Revolution blush, too dark for me, so I don't know why I still have it, so I'll give it to Charlize. Once again, she'll make better use of it than I will. I have the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. I used to use, well, Soleil. I used to use this all the time, but I just never use it anymore, but I'm still going to keep it. I have this liquid highlighter drops from Makeup Revolution. This is from their Halloween collection from 2018. And then finally, I have this little Revolution highlighter cream compact thing. This is what shade it's in, and yeah, just never ever use this, so once again I'm gonna give this to Charlize. Oh, and finally I have a fast base concealer in here because I used to use this for contour. I don't really use it anymore because, like I said, I don't contour, but this is the fast base concealer in the shade C11, which actually blends out really well, so if you want something that blends good for your contour, then that's definitely a winner. Oh, and I'm gonna put that back in. There you go. So that was basically my highlighter and my contour drawer. Next up is a little something that I like to call the drawer of dreams. This is my eyeshadow palette drawer, and as you can see, I have more eyeshadow palettes than, in all honesty, I know what to do with. So basically, I'm gonna kneel down for this one so I can have a proper run through and so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm gonna start off on this side, this side here, and run through some of my eyeshadow palettes. So I've got this PS Tropical Storm one from Primark. I did a video on this. This one is the Beautiful Darkness one from Makeup Revolution from their Halloween collection. I then have 3 of the Reloaded palettes by Makeup Revolution. These are really good and they're only £4. I'm sure you've all heard about them. And back in the day I did do a video on them as well. Next up I have this Revolution Pro palette. I never ever use this, so I think I'm going to give this one to Sancha because I know she needs new eyeshadow palettes. So I'm going to pop that one on there. Oh, and also I do have my Mischief Matte palette somewhere, but I can't find it, so yeah, I have that as well. Next I have both of the Soph palettes by Makeup Revolution. Once again, this one, the exercise one, is actually my favourite, but these are pretty much my OGs of OGs. Next up I have this Mackenzie palette from Makeup Revolution. I never used that one either, so probably going to give that one to Sancha as well. And then I have the Revolution Life on the Dance Floor palette. Once again, I literally never ever use this anymore. I used to all the time, so I'm going to give this to Sancha and be a good sister. I have the Revolution X Tammy palette. I still have it in the cardboard box, but I did do a video on this literally a couple of videos ago, so yeah, that one's really, really good. I'm gonna hope that they don't fall, but they're probably gonna fall, aren't they? It's just bound to happen. Next up I have my Morphe 35B palette. I use this pretty much all the time now that I'm experimenting with colour. Look how pretty that is. Pretty much the OG of colourful palettes. Then also have my Morphe 35O shimmer palette. Really don't use this that much. I probably should do, but I can't bring myself to get rid of it. I then next have the OPV Rainbow Splash palette. It took me ages to actually use this. I didn't really want to use it for so long, and then recently I've used it so much and it stained my brushes. It's that pigmented, so I definitely recommend you can get that on Beauty Bay. Got this other Morphe one which I don't use either, so I'm probably going to get rid of this. This is the Morphe 25A palette and this is what it looks like. I'll give that one to Sancha as well. This is turned into a declutter video very quickly. Next I have my Violet Voss palette. This is the first ever Violet Voss palette I've got, and I love this because it's kind of like neutral shades, but they're so pigmented. I'm not a fan of neutral shades really, but that one is a winner. So I'm going to put these back to one side. Next up, we've got the palette that everyone and their dog hypes about. This is the Morphe X James Charles palette. Ever since I've got into colour, this is why this palette was a must-have. Very, very pigmented, use this all the time, so I would definitely say it is worth the hype. Next up, I've got four. Flipping heck, who do I think I am? I've got 4 of my Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. So I've got Modern Renaissance, I've got Prism, which I actually haven't used that much. I got that for my birthday. Then I've got Subculture. We know what kind of a mess that is, but still a lot of money. And then finally Soft Glam. So I've got all 4 of them. I do want to get Norvina and Riviera, but I have no money, so they're the only 4 that I have right now. So I've got the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe. Once again, I really, really like this. I don't use this as often as I used to, but I'll probably go back to it at some point. And finally, for my big palettes, I have my Evolve palette from Beauty Bay. Oh my gosh, why haven't I not used this in so long? I've completely forgot about this, to be honest, so I've put that in there. I've also just ordered the EYN Brights 42 eyeshadow palette, which is pretty much like that Evolve one, so yeah, that would also be in my collection as well. But moving on, this is the messy side of my makeup drawer. So these are all my smaller palettes here. So I have these 3 from I Heart Revolution. These are their like little glitter ones. And so we've got Starry Eyed, we've got Fortune Seeker, and also One True Love. So I've got those 3. And then I also have this mini one from Primark. This was £3. I did do a video on this, I think, as well. I've got this Tarte's Pro To Go one. This is perfect for when I'm travelling. I took this to London last time I went, and it's really, really good. And then I've got my NYX Ultimate Brights palette, which I don't use as much as I used to, but it's still a Brights palette, and you know I'm obsessed with them, so I've got that one as well. Next up, I've got my Colourpop Ooh La La palette, once again in the cardboard packaging, so you must know I like it. I love that one. And then I have my 3 Beauty Bay palettes by Jordan Lipscomb. I've got this Revolution glitter palette in Abracadabra. That one fell out when I was doing a video, but this is really good for festival makeup looks. This one that I used to use all the time but don't use as much, this has been very well loved, and I'm not a fan of Urban Decay eyeshadows either. This is the Naked Ultimate Basics palette. I love the packaging on this. And then finally, I've got the mini version of the EYN palette that I've just bought. This is the matte one, and this is perfect for traveling. Like, look at those shades. Ooh. And then I'd pretty much be here forever if I talked about what was in these boxes, so I'm just going to give a brief overview of like some of my favourites. Basically, these are my mascaras, some eyebrow products. I've got like pigments in here, I've got my glitters in here. It's pretty much just a little bit of everything. So I've got this Revolution Pro pigment. I have 3 pigments from Makeup or Breakup. It's like MUO, but it's short for Makeup or Breakup. I've got this yellow one, And I also have a blue one somewhere. Ah, here it is. And I have a blue one as well. These are really, really good. I'm a huge fan of pigments. Next up, I've got this brow gel that I use all the time. This is by Wet n Wild. That's my favourite brow gel. I do also have this brow gel as well, which is from Colourpop. This is in the shade dark brown, but I don't like this one as much as the Wet n Wild one. I then have these glitter little pigment things. This is from Revolution. I've got another one floating around in here as well. I have a NYX Vivid Liner. These go really, really crusty really easily, so I don't use it that often, but it's still good if I'm doing a colourful look. I have this Revolution Eye Glisten, which is very, very disappointing, and I never use this, so I'm going to give this one to Sancha as well and see if she wants it. Next up, I've got my favourite mascara ever. I do also have another one of the Essence ones over here, but I prefer the green, I prefer the green one over the purple one, so yeah, these two are really, really good, and they're so cheap as well. Next, I've got Fibre mascara. I just have some like other little bits. I've got this Sunkissed mascara. This is good as well, once again was gifted. I've got the Mascara Revolution, which I use sometimes, but it's not my favourite. I've got my Kiko mascaras. I've got my Soap and Glory Think and Fast. I've got my Wet n Wild Lash Renegade mascara. Once again, don't really use that often. Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow, which is my favourite brow product ever, and as you can see, it looks disgusting because I'm pretty sure it's past its best before date and I need to buy another one and I'm running out, but I've got no money at the moment to buy a new one, so that's my life. I next have these Revolution liquid highlighter drops. This is in the shade Luminous Luna. This is the best one that I have from the collection. All the others were a little bit disappointing. Starting round, I have a couple of these. These are the collection Glam Crystals. Basically, it's just a glitter eyeliner, so it's perfect for when I want to do one of those like pretty much out there look. I've got this metallic topper from Revolution. I got that in a set, to be honest. Another one of the the collection Glam Crystals. I have the Too Faced Glitter Glue Shadow Insurance. This is good if I want to use them little pigment pots with the glitter in from Revolution. And then I have some little mini Colourpop pigments as well. This one is in the shade Slave to Pink, and then this one is in the shade Monkey Business. So I have these two. They don't show up as well on the lids, but they're still really, really nice, and they were really affordable as well. I have a couple of these floating around. These are just like little glitter shape things. These are good if you want to do a little bit of an out there look. These are actually hearts. I know it's not really focused that well. There we go. These are basically glitter hearts, and these are what I use for my Valentine's Day looks. I've got this white liner from NYX. This is once again a little bit crusty when you use it, but it's still okay. It's still usable. I have this from NYX. This is one of their Glitter Brilliants. I have this from Colourpop. It's like a jelly formula with glitter in it. Not the biggest fan, to be honest. It doesn't go on the lids very well. Oh my god, right, I need to talk about this. Okay, so this is one of the Barry M holographic eyeshadow toppers. This is in the green shade, in the shade Supernova. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know if you can see it properly, if it's coming up properly, but that is so pretty. It's really good if you want to do a green look and you just want something a little bit metallic and out there. And then pretty much the rest is just a bunch of rubbish that I kind of collect in here. Oh, these eyeliners are also really good from NYX. These are their Off Tropic eyeliners. These are good if you want to do out there looks. And then I have my NYX Brow Wiz pencil as well. I have my Renaissance Flick eyeliner, and then just some other like mascaras and stuff just roaming around in here. So I've got ones from NYX. What's this one? Oh, PS False Lash Effects mascara. They're just like little glittery shapes. So yeah, that is pretty much. I'm gonna try to put everything back where it's meant to go, but realistically that ain't gonna happen, is it? It's just gonna be a huge mess. Yeah, but that was basically my eyeshadow drawer. And then this is the final drawer. This is my lip, eyelash, makeup remover drawer. Basically, this is what's going on here. This is probably the messiest drawer out of all of them, so yeah, if you can't tell, I don't really organise my makeup majorly, but it works for me, so that's fine. We'll leave that. Okay, so I'm just gonna run through like what's in this drawer, what's going on. In this little pot bit here, I have all my lipsticks and like lip glosses. So if I bring it more towards the camera, then you'll be able to see. So I have my Too Faced melted lipsticks. I have this Revolution lip gloss topper, which is once again from the Christmas collection. I love this. I've got a Sexy Mother Pucker from Soap and Glory. I have this Violet Gloss lip gloss, which is one of my favourite lip glosses ever. I've got a Matte Me from Sleek. I've got some more Too Faced melted latex and melted collection ones. Oh my god, I forgot I had this. How pretty is that colour? Right, I'm gonna use that again soon. Got a couple of lipsticks from 3INA. They're just kind of like both in nude shades. I think they're actually the same shade, if I'm honest with you. And then I have a Revolution liquid lipstick in here, the Revolution one, and then down here I have some lip liners. I don't really have that many. I've got a couple from Revolution. I think I've got one from Primark in there, but it's probably the little section that I use the least because I'm more of a fan of lipsticks because they're better for my dry lips. So this one's over here. Then moving on to this section over here, I've just zoomed you in a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. These are all my lipsticks. So I do know that I have a couple more of the Too Faced melted liquid lipsticks. These are just like the little tube ones, so I'm going to put these in here because they suit in here more. And then I've got loads of lipsticks, so I have quite a few of these Revolution Pro lipsticks here. I got these in a massive set. They came in like massive nudes. They came in a set full of nudes basically, so I have all of these. These are just in one of my like little acrylic holders for my lipsticks. I have all three of the little Soft as Nails lipsticks here. These are also one of my favourites. I absolutely love these. I have this Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick. This is in the shade Staunch. This is like a really nice dark brown shade. Once again, I'm sorry if the camera doesn't focus. I have a couple of lipsticks from Makeup Revolution. So I've got one of the £3 lipsticks in Chauffeur. I absolutely love that shade. And then I've also got two of the Renaissance lipsticks here. This is in the shade Vow and the shade Greatest. And then I've got some other lipsticks. These three are actually from the Makeup Revolution Halloween collection from 2 years ago, so you can't actually get these anymore, but they're just a couple of dark shades. And then knocking around my lipstick drawer, I actually have some of these mini Anastasia Beverly Hills lipsticks. So yeah, my sister actually got me a little pack of these for my birthday, and I do use them like quite a bit. Like, they are pretty colours. They're pretty much like pinks and nudes. And then I have a couple of Urban Decay lipsticks. This is in the shade Backseat. This is actually one that I got for, I think it was Christmas last year. Look how pretty that shade is. I use this all the time when I'm going on a night out because it's so creamy. These Vice lipsticks are like my favourites. Seeing as I can't wear MAC anymore because I'm cruelty free, these are just a winner. I have this one which is from New Look. Believe it or not, New Look lipsticks are actually really nice. So this one is the shade Latte, so it's just a really nice light nude. I have this little carousel here, which is what I got from Big Beauty Day Out. It's just loads of like NYX lip creams, and there's some metallic ones in here, so I need to properly unbox that. Oh, and also I've got a couple of lipsticks from Primark, the little 90p ones. I'm not a major fan of them. Like, the pigmentation isn't amazing. Let me swatch one. So this is what this one looks like. I mean, it's only 90p, so I shouldn't really complain, but I got them when I was in Edinburgh because I forgot a lipstick, so they were what was best. I've then got my favourite lipstick ever, which has probably seen better days. This is my Wet n Wild lipstick in the shade Bare It All. This is my favourite nude. Oh, that is literally to die for. It's such a nice pinky nude. It's just this one here. Looks like it's melted a little bit. I'm sorry about that. It's very, very gross. I've got a couple of these little NYX lipsticks. I actually do really like NYX lipsticks. I think they're really, really good and they don't get as much hype as they deserve, so I've got them. I've got another Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick. This is in the shade Honey. This is also one of my most favourite nudes ever. It's just like a nice brownie nude. I got this from TK Maxx for like $9.99 as well, so you'll see that I wear this a lot on my Instagram especially. I have this Kiko gloss, which I tend to use a lot with my Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick that I've just swatched. So if you look on top, it just makes this really, really nice glossy nude colour, so I've got that. I've got a couple more of the Matte Me's from Sleek. I never ever use these either. Some of them I've never used at all, so I might give these to Charlie's, but I think she might already have them. I have another lipstick that I got from New Look. This is a orange one. Like literally, if I swatch up my hand's just going to be full of swatches. It's literally just like an orange lipstick. It's really nice though, but I just never really use it anymore. I have another one from Makeup Revolution from the Halloween collection. I've got another lipstick from NYX. This is like a really, really dark colour. I'm surprised I haven't worn this more. I kind of forgot about it. I got it from Cheshire Oaks from an outlet, but it's a really, really nice deep colour. I think this would be perfect for autumn, but it's summer at the moment, so I'm getting into nudes. Like the packaging isn't even off properly. Next I have another one of these Revolution lipsticks. Oh, okay, so this is the one that I got from Superdrug literally a couple of weeks ago. I haven't opened it yet, so please excuse that, but I'm going to put that in this little acrylic thing so I remember to use it. I next have this Kiko lipstick that I used to use all the time. Look at that shade. And I used to get compliments on it all the time. Why do I not use that lipstick anymore? Kiko lipsticks are so underrated as well. Kiko as a brand is just underrated, so if you don't take anything else from this video, just have a little look at Kiko. I then have this Model's Own lipstick that I never wear, so let's just put that there. And then I have, ooh, this is 17 Mega Matte lipstick. This is a very, very bright red shade. I pretty much use the same lipstick all the time because I'm very, very boring. So I've got some eyelashes in here. If you can't see them in the packaging, that's because I've probably worn them once, so I put them back in the packagings. Yeah, just basically so I can use them again. So I've got these. I've got this one, I've just got some eyelash glue, and then I've got these that Superdrug sent. These are going to be perfect for a festival look. Festival look is going to be coming very, very soon. I miss doing festival looks so much, so I'm probably going to use some of these Gypsy Shrine little things. I also have a Pretty Little Thing sample. I have a couple of these because I wanted to do a full face of Pretty Little Thing, but I just haven't got around to it yet. I've got another eyelash. And then I've got this little cleaner from Beauty Bay. Sancha's just kind of like stuck anything in here. So yeah, I have my SFX palette from Halloween. This is also good if you want to do looks like in the year, a little bit more creative and out there. Basically, Sancha did my makeup drawer, and there's just a ton of stuff just randomly in here. I've got some more eyelashes, I've got some fake blood. Pretty much all of this is like Halloween, and then I also have this Revolution hair dye that I got last time. I went to their party, but it looked really, really disgusting, so I think I might chuck that because I'm never, ever, ever going to use it. But they kindly put it in a goodie bag when I went to their party last year. And I think that's pretty much everything. So like I said, this is pretty much a bit of a messy drawer, but I kind of know what's going on, so yeah, please excuse that, but that was my lip drawer. Okay, so I think you're all starting to realise that I'm the messiest person ever, but I actually have some eyeshadow palettes just on top of my makeup drawers. I know it's very messy on here, I need to clean it very, very soon, but I have some eyeshadow palettes on here because they won't actually fit in my eyeshadow palette drawer because it's too heavy for it. So I just thought I'd run through these quickly. I have 3 of these Revolution Constellation palettes. Oh, the Forever Flawless palette, sorry. I did a video on these as well. I absolutely love these. These are definitely a winner. I next have a couple of these actually roaming around. This is the Mint Chocolate palette by I Heart Revolution. I used to use this all the time, but I don't really use it anymore. Next I have the Love Every Shade palette from Obsession. I don't think I've ever opened this, and I don't think I'm going to, so I'll probably put this in a giveaway next time I do one. Next up I've got this Revolution Creative Volume 1 palette. I did do a video on this, but I don't really like it that much, so I'm gonna give it to Sancha. There it is! Thanks for that, Sancha. Moved it onto the top of my drawers. This is my Revolution Pro Mischief Mattes palette, the one that I've been trying to find for about 10 days. Absolutely love this. £8, I would definitely recommend. Next I've got this Too Faced palette that I haven't actually used yet, but as you can see I got it from TK Maxx. It's the festival palettes. This might actually be good when I do a festival look, but this is what it looks like. How pretty is that? Hello Too Faced, come through. I have another one of these I Heart Revolution chocolate bar palettes. This one I still go back to now and then. I do really like that. Finally, it looks like, yeah, this is the last one. I know it's a mess on here, I'm so sorry. Finally, I have this I Heart Revolution Violet palette. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it's the Violet palette. Oh my god, hello. It just screams out purple shades to me. Like, this is just so pretty. So yeah, that is basically my whole makeup collection and everything, including this whole mess that goes on here. Oops. So that was basically my whole makeup collection. I know it was a really long video, but please forgive me, and I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, then don't forget to smash it big massive thumbs up, and also feel free to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure to also tap that little bell down below, so you're notified every time I post new makeup videos and videos a little bit like this one. I do also just want to put a little plug out there and say that I do also have an Instagram page where I post makeup looks that I don't necessarily do on my YouTube. So if you want to follow me over there, I'll leave it up here or up here, either one. Once again, thank you so incredibly much for watching, and hopefully I will see you on my next video. Bye!